In the glittering, high-stakes empire of K-pop, we constantly analyze the charts, the choreography, and the genius of Bang Si Hyuk, the mastermind who built a legacy from dust. But behind the hitman lies a shadow, a matriarch whose influence runs deep in the quiet, unseen corners of Big Hit's history. We know how much Bang PD cherishes his 7 musical sons, but have you ever paused to wonder, who is the times-true, times-favorite of the woman who raised the legend? It is a question that whispers through the marble hallways of HYBE, a secret buried under layers of traditional Korean respect and private family dinners. Is it the leader who carries the weight of the world on his shoulders, mirroring the ambition of her own son? Or perhaps the golden youngest who grew up before our very eyes, triggering a grandmother's protective instinct? Could it be the one whose culinary skills remind her of a warm, home-cooked meal, or the artist whose sensitivity mirrors the creative soul of the family? Tonight, we are not just looking at idols, we are peeling back the curtain of fame to look at the human hearts beating underneath. We are diving deep into personality traits, hidden interactions, unsaid bonds, and the subtle cues that define the ultimate connection between an elder and the stars of the century. This isn't just a ranking, it's a journey into the domestic warmth hidden behind the global spotlight. Who holds the secret crown in the private heart of the Bang family? Get ready, because the nuances might just shatter your expectations. Let the mystery unravel. Number 7. Suga, Min Yoongi, the Daegu rebel, the silent genius, the man who challenged authority. We begin our countdown at number 7 with the man who is undeniably the backbone of BTS's musical integrity, a figure who commands respect not just from fans but from the industry at large, yet whose placement here tells a fascinating story of dynamic tension and unspoken understanding. To understand why Min Yoongi, the genius producer we know as Suga, lands at this specific spot in the matriarchal hierarchy of the Bang household, we have to travel back in time, back to the dusty, uncertain days of big hit entertainment when the glitz of HYBE was nothing but a fever dream in Bang Si Hyuk's ambitious mind. Yoongi wasn't the golden child who smiled for the cameras. He was the gritty underdog from Daegu, the rapper who sold his own mixtapes to buy ramen, the young man carrying a shoulder full of pain, quite literally, and a heart full of defiance. Legend has it, and every army knows this, that Yoongi was tricked into joining BTS. He came to be a producer, to sit behind the glass and weave magic, not to dance until his bones ached. Bang PD, with that sly, visionary grin, promised him a group like One Tim, with minimal choreography, only to thrust him into the most rigorous dance training regime in K-pop history. This foundational relationship sets the stage for a bond that is less about pampering and more about battle-hardened respect, a dynamic that a mother, observing from the sidelines, would view with a mixture of awe and concern. In the traditional Korean family structure, the mother often gravitates towards the sons who need protection, or the ones who openly display affection. But Yoongi? Yoongi is the stoic mountain. He is the sundari of the group, cold on the outside, warm on the inside. For Bang Si Hyuk's mother, watching her son manage a talent as volatile and brilliant as Suga must have been like watching a lion tamer work with a creature that knows its own strength. There is no doubt she respects him immensely. How could she not? He is the one who helped build the castle her son now sits in. But favorite in a maternal sense often implies a softness, an easy accessibility that Yoongi guards fiercely. He doesn't seek approval, he demands results. Imagine the family dinners or the company gatherings. While others might be pouring drinks or cracking jokes to lighten the mood, Yoongi is likely the one sitting quietly, observing, his mind perhaps already on the next track. A mother's heart often aches for the child who refuses to be coddled, and Yoongi's fierce independence places him here not because he is unloved, far from it, but because he is the one who stands on his own 2 feet so firmly that he doesn't need the extra doting. He is the difficult son in the most complimentary way possible, the one who challenges the patriarch, the one who speaks the brutal truth. Remember the early days of Rookie King? Remember the confession on the rooftop where he yelled at Bang PD about the lies regarding the choreography? That level of audacity creates a bond of equals, a brotherhood of artists, rather than a father-son dynamic that might trickle down to the grandmother figure. Furthermore, we must consider the fear factor. Bang PD has admitted to being slightly intimidated by the sheer raw honesty of his rappers. If the son is wary, the mother watches with a sharp eye. She sees a young man who has battled depression, poverty, and injury to stand next to her son, and while that garners immense pride, it creates a relationship defined by distance through respect. She knows he is safe, she knows he is strong, and therefore, she can worry less about him compared to the others. This lack of worry paradoxically lowers him on the favoritism list because a mother's favorite is often the one she worries about the most. Yoongi is the rock. He is the general. He is the one who says, "I'll handle it," and actually does. So, while he might not be the one receiving the extra side dishes of galbi jayam passed secretly under the table, he holds a different kind of honor, the trust that he is the one member who truly understands the burden of genius that her own son carries. He is at number 7 not because of a lack of love, but because his connection to the family is professional, intense, and steeped in a masculine camaraderie that transcends the need for maternal babying. Number 6. RM. Kim Namjoon. The architect of dreams. The mirror of ambition. The leader who walks alone. Rising from the depths of the underground scene to the podium of the United Nations, we find at number 6 the man who started it all, the very reason the name Bangtan even exists, the intellectual titan Kim Namjoon. It feels almost blasphemous to place the leader, the president, this low on a list of favor, doesn't it? But hold your breath and listen closely, because the dynamic between RM, Bang Si Hyuk, and the matriarchal gaze is a complex tapestry of heavy expectations and mirroring souls. To Bang Si Hyuk's mother, Namjoon is not just an idol, he is the reflection of her own son's ambition. Think about it. Bang PD saw a 15-year-old boy with a flow that could cut glass, and a mind that absorbed philosophy like a sponge, and he bet his entire company on him. Rap Monster was the nucleus. For a mother watching from the wings, Namjoon represents the first-born energy of the group, even though he isn't the oldest by age. In Korean culture, the eldest son carries the weight of the family name, the legacy, and the future. Namjoon carries the weight of HYBE. This creates a relationship defined not by the sweet, sugary indulgence of a grandmother spoiling a child, but by the solemn, heavy nod of acknowledgement given to a general going into war. She knows that without Namjoon's patience, his diplomacy, and his shocking IQ of 148, the chaotic energy of the other 6 members might have imploded years ago. Do you remember the legendary hidden camera prank? The one where Bang PD asked a young, terrified Namjoon, "Solo or Bangtan?" And without a nanosecond of hesitation, he chose the team? That moment didn't just define his career, it likely cemented his place in the Bang family's heart as the trustworthy guardian. However, this heavy trust is exactly why he lands at number 6. The favorite child is often the one who makes you laugh, the one you want to pinch on the cheek, the one you slip pocket money to. Namjoon? You don't pinch the cheek of a philosopher king. You don't baby the man who taught himself English by watching Friends just so he could translate the woes of his team to the Western world. There is an intimidation factor here, a sense that Namjoon is too mature, too grown-up, and perhaps too similar to Bang PD himself. They share a love for art exhibitions, for reading obscure books, for discussing the nuances of the music industry late into the night. To a mother, seeing Namjoon might be like seeing a second version of her own workaholic son, brilliant, driven, but perpetually exhausted and carrying the world on his shoulders. She likely feels a deep pang of sympathy for him, a desire to tell him to rest. But the barrier of leader makes him harder to approach with simple affection. Plus, let's not forget the god of destruction trait. While it's endearing to fans, imagine a traditional mother watching him clumsily break a set prop or lose his passport for the 100th time. It invokes a sigh of, "Aigu Namjoon ah," a mixture of affection and exasperation that differs from pure favoritism. He is the pillar. You admire the pillar. You rely on the pillar. You thank the pillar. But you do not hug the pillar the way you hug a teddy bear. Bang Si Hyuk's mother undoubtedly views him with a reverence reserved for ancestors and scholars, recognizing that he is the co-pilot of this rocket ship. But in the cozy hierarchy of who gets the most love at the dinner table, the burden of leadership isolates him. He is busy discussing the next album concept, while the others might be complimenting her cooking. He is the partner in business, the intellectual equal, and that places him in a prestigious, yet slightly distant, position of number 6. It is a rank of high honor, but one devoid of the babying he perhaps secretly craves. Number 5. J-Hope Jung Ho-sok. The guardian of rhythm, the savior of the debut, the man who sacrificed his own dream for the team. We arrive at the halfway point, the golden bridge that connects the chaotic energy of the younger members with the stoic authority of the elders. Standing tall at number 5 is the sunshine of HYBE, the dance commander, J-Hope. This placement might shock you. How can the man known as the literal personification of hope be sitting in the middle of the pack? To understand this, we must put on the spectacles of a Korean matriarch and analyze the distinct sacrificial role Jungkook has played in the architecture of Bang Si Hyuk's empire. If RM is the brain and Suga is the spine, J-Hope is the beating heart and the tireless legs of BTS. Bang Si Hyuk's mother undoubtedly views Hoseok with a profound sense of times, gratitude, times that borders on reverence, a feeling that is slightly different from the pampering affection of favoritism. Let's rewind the tape to the most critical moment in BTS history, the pre-debut era. There is a legendary story, one that still brings chills to the spine of every army, where J-Hope actually left the group. He packed his bags and went back to Gwangju. It was a moment where the entire future of K-pop hung by a thread. It was Jungkook who cried, begging him to stay, and it was RM who marched into Bang PD's office and said the definitive words, "We cannot do this without Young Hoseok." When he returned, he didn't just come back as a member, he came back as the glue. Bang Si Hyuk knows this. His mother knows this. They know that without J-Hope's selfless decision to switch from vocals to rap to accommodate V, without his tireless hours teaching the 2 Left Feet members how to move, BTS would have crumbled before 2013. In the eyes of an elder, J-Hope is the dutiful second son. He is the one who keeps the peace. He is the one who ensures the dorm is clean, the moods are lifted, and the choreography is synchronized to the millisecond. But here lies the tragedy of the number 5 spot. The child who is always good, always smiling, and always taking care of everyone else is often the one who receives the least amount of time's worried attention asterisk. A mother's eye naturally drifts to the child who is struggling, the one who needs help eating, the one who gets into trouble. Hoseok? Hoseok is perfection. He is team leader Young. When Bang PD looks at J-Hope, he sees a professional who needs zero micromanagement. This creates a dynamic of reliable distance. The mother doesn't need to fret over him. She knows he is handling it. She sees him guiding the others, acting almost as a co-parent alongside her son. This elevates him out of the role of child to be spoiled and into the role of partner in success. Furthermore, consider the emotional labor he performs. Being J-Hope 24/7, maintaining that high-wattage smile, is a burden of Atlas-level proportions. A perceptive mother figure might see through this mask, recognizing the quiet exhaustion behind the "I'm your hope" mantra, and this might actually create a hesitation to intrude. It's a respect for his persona. He is the mood maker, the one who brings the expensive fruit basket to the family gathering, the one with the impeccable manners who remembers every birthday. He is the dream son-in-law candidate. But in the raw, primal hierarchy of maternal favoritism, the perfect child often gets a pat on the back while the troublesome or cute child gets the warm embrace. J-Hope is the safety net. He is the one Bang Si Hyuk calls when he needs to know the truth about the performance readiness. He is the one who managed the pressure of being the first soloist to headline Lollapalooza, carrying the company's reputation on his back alone. That level of competence commands awe. Bang PD's mother likely sees him as the pillar that allows her own son to sleep at night. If Namjoon shares the intellectual burden, Hoseok shares the physical and emotional burden of the group's survival. He is at number 5 not because he is loved less, but because he is needed times more asterisk. He is the unsung hero who doesn't demand the spotlight of affection, and, in a twisted way, that very selflessness allows the family to focus their doting energy on the members who demand it more loudly. He is the anchor, and anchors are designed to hold the ship, not to be cuddled on the deck. Number 4. V. Kim Tae-young. The hidden secret weapon, the prince of unpredictability, the social genius who charms every generation. We are now entering the upper echelon of the list, crossing the threshold from the respected pillars of the group to the members who tug at the heartstrings with a magnetic, almost supernatural force. And sitting comfortably at number 4 is the man with the face of a computer-generated god and the soul of a jazz musician, V. Kim Tae-young. To understand why Tae-young lands here, we must peel back the layers of perhaps the most controversial marketing strategy in Big Hit's history, the secret member strategy. Imagine, if you will, a mother watching the formation of a group that her son is betting his life on. She sees 6 boys introducing themselves to the world, doing video logs, building a fan base, and then she sees one boy, standing in the corner, hidden from the camera, forbidden to speak. For over a year, V was the ghost of the practice room. He has recounted the heartbreaking stories of sitting by the trash can while the other members filmed their logs, unable to join in, unable to tell the world he existed. This narrative is pure kryptonite for a maternal heart. When Bang Si Hyuk's mother looks at Tae-hyung now, she doesn't just see the most handsome man in the world, she sees the boy who waited. She sees the child who endured the loneliness of being the secret weapon with a patience that defied his young age. This creates a profound sense of reparative affection. It is the instinct to make up for lost time, to shower him with the attention he was denied in those crucial early days. But V's appeal to the older generation goes far beyond sympathy. It is rooted in his innate, almost magical ability to connect with elders. In the world of K-pop, V is known as the social butterfly, but notice who he befriends, it isn't just his peers. He collects hyungs and seniors like Pokemon. From Ha-ji-won to the cast of Time's Hwarang Asterisk, and even the teachers at his school, V disarms authority figures with a weaponized mixture of innocence and politeness. He is the boy who would likely walk into Bang Si Hyuk's family home and, within 10 minutes, be sitting on the floor peeling tangerines for the grandmother, listening to her old stories with genuine interest. He has that old soul vibe. He loves trot music, he plays the saxophone, he dresses like a gentleman from the 1920s in Paris. To Bang Si Hyuk's mother, this isn't just an idol. This is a young man who respects tradition, a value highly prized in Korean culture. He is the grandson figure of the group. Think about his deep, abiding love for his own grandmother, who raised him. He has never been shy about his devotion to her, often citing her as his role model. This filial piety is a beacon that shines directly into the heart of any mother figure. When she sees V, she sees a reflection of that love. She sees a boy who knows the value of family. However, why does he stop at number 4? Why is he not the ultimate favorite? The answer lies in his elusive 4D nature. Tae-hyung is like the wind, beautiful, refreshing, but impossible to catch. He is the free spirit who might disappear to go look at paintings or chase a stray cat. Bang Si Hyuk has famously struggled to tame V's chaotic energy in the past, often looking bewildered by V's eccentric ideas or his refusal to follow the standard script. There is a layer of unpredictability to V that might keep him slightly at arm's length compared to the top 3, who perhaps offer a more grounded or consistent form of affection. V is the artist who paints his own reality. One day he is a strawberry farmer at heart. The next, he is a jazz crooner. This shape-shifting quality makes him fascinating, undeniably lovable, but perhaps a bit harder to mother in the traditional sense because he doesn't seem to need grounding, he is happy floating in his own universe. Yet, don't let the ranking fool you, the bond is deep. Bang PD has given V the creative freedom to be himself, to release solo songs like Scenery and Winter Bear that showcase his unique color. His mother likely views V with a mixture of amusement and adoration, the cheeky prince who gets away with everything because of a boxy smile that can melt glaciers. He is the one who brings the unexpected laughter to the dinner table, the one who breaks the tension with a non sequitur that leaves everyone confused but smiling. He is number 4 because while he captures the heart, he captures it like a butterfly. You can admire his beauty and love him deeply, but you can never quite hold him down. Number 3. Jimin, Park Jimin. The angel of effort, the prince of charm, the one who turned doubt into a diamond. We have breached the top 3, the holy trinity of favoritism, where the professional lines blur into genuine, familial love. And standing on this bronze podium is the man who has often been described as the human mochi, the personification of elegance and empathy, Park Jimin. If the previous members were respected for their strength, genius, or reliability, Jimin is placed here because he triggers the most potent, overwhelming instinct in a mother's heart, and the instinct to times nurture and protect asterisk. To understand why Bang Si Hyuk's mother would hold Jimin so close to her heart, we must revisit the most painful chapter of his origin story, a chapter that is etched into the lore of Big Hit. Jimin was the last to join, the final puzzle piece, but he was also the piece that almost didn't fit. It is a known fact that Jimin was nearly kicked out of the debut lineup, not once, not twice, but times 8 times asterisk. Can you imagine the stress, the heartbreak? Bang Si Hyuk himself admitted in the early days that he didn't see Jimin's potential, questioning if his modern dance background could mesh with a hip-hop group. Now, place a mother figure in this narrative. She sees a young boy, barely a teen, leaving his family in Busan, coming to Seoul with nothing but a dream, and fighting tooth and nail for his survival every single day. He slept 2 hours a night. He practiced until his nose bled. He locked himself in the studio while others slept. For an observer like Bang PD's mother, watching Jimin's desperate, beautiful struggle would have created a deep, aching bond of sympathy that is impossible to break. He is the miracle child, the one who wasn't supposed to be there but forced the universe to make space for him through sheer will. This transforms the relationship from simple admiration to a fierce, defensive pride. Look at him now. She must think, the boy you doubted is now the global it boy. But beyond the struggle, it is Jimin's personality that acts as a heat-seeking missile for maternal affection. In the rigid, often stoic hierarchy of Korean men, Jimin is a breath of fresh, floral air. He is the salgabda, affectionate son. He is the one who initiates the hugs, the one who whispers words of encouragement, the one who brings the birthday cake before anyone else remembers. While the other members might be awkward with emotional expression, Jimin thrives in it. He is the member who would likely notice if Bang PD's mother changed her hairstyle or if she looked tired during a company dinner. He possesses a delicate, attentive emotional intelligence that elders absolutely adore. He fills the role of the sweet daughter that many traditional families crave amidst a sea of sons. Think of his interactions with Bang PD now. The hitman softens around him. The way Jimin jokingly mimics Bang PD, or the way they banter, shows a comfort level that speaks of deep acceptance. He isn't just an employee, he is the soft spot. Furthermore, there is the mochi factor. Even as a global superstar with abs of steel, Jimin carries an aura of squishy, lovable vulnerability. When he laughs, he disappears into himself. When he is embarrassed, he hits the person next to him. These mannerisms are catnip for the older generation. They want to feed him. They want to ensure he is warm. You can practically hear the aigu, our Jiminy, echoing through the halls of the Bang residence. Unlike RM or Suga, who project an aura of, I can handle this, Jimin projects an aura of, please take care of me, even though he is fiercely capable. It is this duality, the stage monster versus the offstage puppy, that lands him at number 3. He is the favorite to times spoil asterisk. He is the one she probably worries about eating enough, the one she wants to send extra side dishes to. He is the emotional anchor who makes the grim business of music empire building feel warm and human. He sits at number 3 not because he lacks power, but because his power is soft, yielding, and irresistibly lovable, granting him a special pass into the inner sanctum of the family's heart. Number 2. Jin, Kim Seokjin. The universal free pass, the walking green flag, the man who humanized the CEO. We have reached the penultimate spot, the silver medalist in the heart of the Bang family, and it is none other than the worldwide handsome, the Hyung who refuses to age, but the man who could charm the Grim Reaper into giving him a discount, Jin. If Jimin is the child you want to protect, Jin is the child you want to times marry off times to your favorite niece, or perhaps simply adopt as the standard for all sons to aspire to. To understand why Kim Seokjin sits so incredibly high on this list, almost touching the crown, we have to look through the lens of traditional Korean societal values, where he scores a perfect, unblemished 100 out of 100. In Korea, there is a specific term called Sangyeon Rai Free Pass, which describes a face and demeanor so trustworthy, handsome, and polite that they would be instantly approved by any in-laws at the first meeting. Jin is the living embodiment of this phrase. To Bang Si Hyuk's mother, Jin isn't just an idol, he is a breath of aristocratic fresh air in the sweaty, gritty world of hip-hop. Remember, BTS started as a rebellious, eyeliner-heavy rap group. Amidst the angst and the chains, there was Jin looking like he just stepped out of a K-drama about a chaebol heir. This visual comfort is not superficial, it signifies stability. A mother looking at Jin sees a young man who was raised with impeccable table manners, who knows exactly how to bow, how to pour drinks for elders, and how to speak with the high formal language that melts the hearts of the older generation. But the connection goes far deeper than just good manners. It is rooted in the unique, fearless dynamic Jin shares with her son, Bang Si Hyuk. Jin is the Times-Only Times member who treats the hitman not as a terrifying boss, but as a goofy older brother. We have seen it time and time again, Jin demanding a dinner date because he succeeded in a mission, Jin jokingly complaining about company policies on Weverse, Jin famously calling out, "Yo, Hitman Bang!" in a way that made the entire fandom and the CEO himself dissolve into laughter. Why would a mother love this? Because power is lonely. Bang Si Hyuk is surrounded by yes men, by people who fear him, by people who want something from him. Jin? Jin just wants to make him laugh. To a mother, seeing someone treat her powerful, stressed-out son with such casual, warm human affection is a gift beyond price. It tells her that her son has a real friend, not just an employee. Jin breaks the ice that freezes the top of the mountain. He humanizes the legend. Furthermore, we cannot talk about Jin without talking about Time's food asterisk. In the lexicon of maternal love, food is a synonym for love. Have you eaten is the ultimate greeting. Now, consider Eat Jin. Here is a man who doesn't just eat, he celebrates food. He eats with a gusto and joy that makes anyone watching feel full. Imagine Bang PD's mother cooking a meal. Who is the member she wants at her table? It's Jin. She knows he will eat every last grain of rice. He will exclaim, "Wa, mashiseo." It's delicious, with genuine eyes, and he will ask for seconds. He validates the maternal role of the provider. He is the dream guest. But let's look at his role as the Matriarch, eldest brother. Bang Si Hyuk entrusted Jin with the impossible task of raising 6 rowdy boys. He wasn't the leader in title, that's RM, but he was the leader in Time's life asterisk. He drove Jungkook to school. He cooked seaweed soup for their birthdays. He fought for their food budget. Bang PD's mother undoubtedly sees this. She sees a co-parent. She sees the young man who took the burden of raising the younger ones off her son's shoulders. When the kids were fighting, it was likely Jin who mediated with a dad joke and a scolding. This creates a bond of shared responsibility. She respects him not just as talent, but as a caretaker. And let's not forget the silver voice. While the others have distinct stylistic vocals, Jin's voice is pure, emotional, and ballad-ready, the exact type of music the older generation gravitates towards. When he sings Epiphany, he isn't just singing to fans, he is singing with a clarity and sincerity that resonates with the soul of a parent. He is the stable rock. In a chaotic industry where scandals and changes are constant, Jin has remained the sane one, the one who bought a MapleStory character instead of a luxury car, the one who prioritizes happiness over coolness. This sensibility makes him the safe son, the one she never has to worry about reading a bad headline for. He is the comfort zone. He is the laughter at the end of a long day. He lands at number 2 only because there is one specific, almost biological bond that trumps even the perfection of the ideal son-in-law, a bond forged in the fires of literal upbringing that we will see at number 1. But make no mistake, if Bang Si Hyuk's mother had to choose a member to spend a Sunday afternoon with, drinking tea and chatting about life, it would undoubtedly be Kim Sok-jin. He is the favorite of the Times Mind Times and the Times Social Heart asterisk, the golden standard of what a young man should be. Number 1. Jungkook, John Jungkook, the golden maknae, the eternal baby, the masterpiece raised by the village. Here we are, the summit, the crown jewel. The undisputed favorite who holds the heart of not just Bang Si Hyuk, not just the members, but undoubtedly the matriarch of the Bang family in the palm of his tattooed hand. It is none other than the golden maknae, Jungkook. You might ask, why? Why is the youngest, the one who arguably causes the most heart attacks with his piercings and motorcycle riding, the absolute number one? The answer is simple, primal, and deeply emotional. Jungkook is the child they all raised together. To Bang Si Hyuk's mother, Jungkook is not just a member of a boy band, he is a surrogate grandson. We have to remember the timeline. Jungkook joined Big Hit when he was a literal child 13 years old. He was shy, doe-eyed, and so terrified of singing that he would cry. He wasn't a finished product like Jin or a genius producer like Suga. He was a ball of raw clay. Bang Si Hyuk didn't just manage him, he parented him. The entire company parented him, and by extension, the family watched him grow up in real time. There is a psychological phenomenon where we feel the deepest attachment to the things we nurture from their most vulnerable state. Bang PD's mother likely remembers the middle school graduation where the members went to support him. She remembers the high school entrance ceremony. She has seen him grow from a boy who hid behind Namjoon's back into a global pop titan standing on the World Cup stage. This journey creates a sense of times ownership, times and times pride, times that is unmatched. Think about the way Bang PD looks at Jungkook. It's pure, unadulterated fondness. It's the look of a father beaming at his prodigy son. When Jungkook succeeds, it validates everything Bang Si Hyuk built. For the mother, seeing her son's creation, in a mentorship sense, thrive so beautifully reflects glory back onto her son. Jungkook is the living proof of Bang Si Hyuk's vision. But it's also about Jungkook's personality towards his elders. Despite the tattoos and the global fame, Jungkook remains, at his core, the polite, humble boy from Busan. He bows at 90 degrees to everyone. He stops to help staff pick up trash. He has a pure, innocent heart that shines through his edgy exterior. This contrasts the world's biggest pop star who still acts like a shy bunny in front of his hyungs is absolutely devastating to the maternal instinct. He is the maknae on top for a reason. In Korean families, the youngest gets away with murder. The youngest gets the choicest cut of meat. The youngest gets forgiven first. Jungkook occupies this slot permanently. When he makes a mistake, it's seen as a growing pain. When he succeeds, it's a miracle. Even his rebellious phases the long hair. The lip rings are likely viewed by the doting grandmother figure as aigu. Our Jungkookie is expressing himself, rather than with judgment. Why? Because she knows his heart. She knows he is the boy who wrote Begin to tell his hyungs he loves them. She knows he is the one who cries when he feels he hasn't performed well enough for the fans. That vulnerability is the key. Furthermore, Jungkook possesses the golden talent that creates a sense of awe. He sings, he dances, he films, he paints, he cooks. To an elder, he is the Chin Ah, mom's friend's son, on steroids. He is the ultimate bragging right. Look at our Jungkook. Is there anything he can't do? But unlike the intimidating genius of RM or the stoic competence of Suga, Jungkook's genius feels times joyful asterisk. It feels instinctive. It makes you smile. He is the spark of life in the group. Without him, the dorm would be too quiet, the dynamic too serious. He brings the youth, the energy, the chaos that keeps the family young. So why is he number one? Because while the others are partners, pillars, and friends, Jungkook is the time's legacy asterisk. He is the future. He represents the successful culmination of all their blood, sweat, and tears. He is the baby they protected from the rain, who grew up to become the sun. And in the heart of a mother, the baby never truly grows up. They just become more loved. For the Bang family, Jungkook is, and always will be, the precious, golden child who can do no wrong.